What's good? SupremeDaalmighty back in the building. What's good, y'all? You know what I'm saying? We got Thunny Brown on the show tonight. Peace to all the sponsors. You know what I mean? Snow Goons, Creative Juices, Music, Blazing Up Radio, Vital Frontier, Smiley the Ghetto Child, the usual suspects. Before we start the show, once again, man, I want to say rest in peace to the fam, Big Bob. You know what I'm saying? A huge loss for hip hop. But yeah, I want to say rest in peace to Big Bob, man. We all gonna miss you. So I'm just putting that out there. You know what I mean? Lee Sound International. Make sure to cop all the records. Make sure to keep Big Bob's legacy alive by streaming his music, supporting it, pushing it. You know what I'm saying? Etc. Etc. Much love to everybody that knew Big Bob as well. But like I said, tonight we got Thunny Brown on the show and shit. We're gonna be talking, chopping it up with him and whatnot. Coming up too, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dope shows. Right now, I'm in works to having the fam, the doppelgangers on the show. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have West Nile on the show. So many dope artists we're gonna have on the show. And I'm working on bringing back some of the other artists that were on the show last year. I'm trying to get the homie Gore-Tex back on the show. You know what I mean? I'm trying to have Stu Bangers back on the show. You know what I mean? Just trying to have, you know, I'm trying to keep this platform alive for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I enjoy doing it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? I love all y'all and I appreciate all y'all. You know what I mean? I'm not going front. Wasn't really trying to do a show this week, like I said, because of the loss of the fam, Big Bob. But, nah, I mean, show must go on, and I'm doing this for y'all. You know what I mean? Gotta keep the hip hop flowing, and you know what I mean? We're gonna do our best to keep him alive. You know what I mean? Spirit, mind, memory. You know what I mean? But yeah, check out the goonsgear.com. You know what I'm saying? Fly ass gear. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Check out Creative Juices Music. You know what I'm saying? They got the fly ass tracks, man. Fire ass underground shit. Peace, DJ Tech 1s and 2s. Peace to everybody joining in. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all got any suggestions, man, tag some people up in the comments. You know what I mean? Anybody that you would like to see on the show and shit. You take suggestions. Once again, we don't do trap music. You know what I'm saying? No offense to that, but we try to keep it hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Keeping the buck and shit. And we're also going to be doing some more shit. Cause like I tried to mention it this morning, but some shit went down. I'm going to be doing a new show with the fam, Jice One. You can tell by the look on my face, I'm excited about the shit. Because, yo, me and the brother Jice One, man, yo, we be having people cracking up. So me and Jice One will be having our own podcast. We're working on the name, we're working on the flyer, etc., etc. We're going to be doing it maybe once a month. And it's going to be, you know, based around hip-hop, but it's also going to be based around all funny shit and movies and anything you could think of. It's not just going to be hip-hop. It's going to be dope. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to my brother Jice One. You know what I mean? This was actually his idea. This was his idea. You know what I'm saying? Because he loves, you know what I'm saying, me and him as fam. You know what I'm saying? He loves how we joke around, because we be joking around the inbox all the fucking time and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So, he was like, yo, to do a podcast. I'm like, hell, fuck you. I'm not gonna say no to Jice One. Like, you know what I'm saying? He be cracking me up all fucking day, yo. I'm also once a month gonna be doing Bring Your Bars. I mean, I tried to do it last month. Nobody showed up. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm gonna be doing Bring Your Bars again. You know what I'm saying? Little showcase, so whoever wants to drop bars, you can hop in, you can drop your shit, you know what I mean, showcase yourself. This way, if you know what I'm saying, I know a lot of people feel uncomfortable doing interviews. Trust me, I know. I get it, because you never know what someone like me or a journalist is going to ask you. So I understand it. You might get a little scared sometimes and shit. I get it. So with that being said, I'm going to be doing a showcase for mainly spitters. You know what I'm saying? You can spit your bars. You don't gotta get interviewed by me. And this way you can showcase what you're doing, and you can get more followers or whoever from my platform pushing your platform. So yeah. So that's something I'm working on too. So much good shit coming. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody's support. Once again, it's Yeah, it's gonna be an incredible rest of the year. Trust me. Plus, you know what I mean, I got a whole bunch of hidden gems I can't even talk about and shit because I'm not trying to fuck up the blessing. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm working on a Mars One album produced exclusively by me. And you know what I'm saying? I can't really get into details about what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be fucking amazing. I got a Skangsta rap martyr. You know what I'm saying? Got a whole album I produced for him that's gonna be dropping soon. SC Static and my sons, the Dynasty Brothers, are dropping a whole project with them. Shit. So much craziness. Yeah, peace to the brother LG Rock. Make sure to follow him. You know what I'm saying? He's dope. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I checked in on you. I checked in on your podcast. I was trying to support. You know what I'm saying? I got kind of caught up, but you know what I'm saying? We all appreciate what you did for Big Bob. Yeah. Once you drop it, LG just tag me in it, and you know what I'm saying? I'll share the shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there. I don't know if this is possible, but I was thinking LG. I'm putting it out there, putting it out in this space. I would love for you and Raph Almighty to do a track, and I would like you guys to make it a RIP Big Bob track. You know what I'm saying? Because since both of y'all was tight with him and y'all worked together, I think that's only right. You and Raph Almighty do a tribute, like a tribute track. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something I'm putting out in the air and shit. But yeah, I'm just waiting for the homie to hop up in here. He was having problems earlier, I guess, with my page or some shit. But I'm gonna try to get him in here. If I gotta close it down, I close it down and come back in and shit. But yeah. So once again, peace and blessings. It's going down. Going down. Like I said, once again, we're gonna have a whole bunch of new people on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a whole bunch of people on this shit. Yo, there's so much, you know what I'm saying? I'm blessed because I was on the Benny Holiday album. I produced Infinity on that, and the videos have been doing crazy, you know what I'm saying? 100,000 views. People have been really supporting, and you know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. And last show with me and Betty, we made an announcement. I'm hoping we still follow through with that, but it's gonna be me, Benny Holiday, Billy Roscoe, Smeek Scientist, I believe he said, and the legend himself, Vortex, on my production, and I'm hoping that goes through because that shit is so fucking fire. But yeah, enough with bragging about shit. I usually don't. But you know, once in a while I try. Anywho's, yeah, so Thunny Brown is I guess you could say he's an affiliate to fucking Duckdown Music. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely worth listening to. He's definitely versatile and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Once again, peace and blessings to everybody still tuned in to shit. You know what I mean? We appreciate y'all. Word. Let's see. God. You. Yo, what's good? What's good?
Peace and blessings. What's happening, Lord?
Chilling, man, chilling. Good to finally meet you, bro. You know what I'm saying? After chopping it up and shit on the Instagram shit, you know what I mean?
Likewise, man. pleasure is all mine, man. It's been long overdue. Like even I seen one of the homies put in the comments earlier. Oh man, it was like, yo, about time y'all dudes connect. I know this is gonna be live.
Yeah, I seen that shit earlier. I was like, that's what's up. That's good to see, man. It's good to see people interacting like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good support and shit, especially for someone like you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you've been doing it up. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been seeing you everywhere and shit.
Yeah, we ain't got no time to waste. I mean, we did enough of that in our early years. It's go time. I was telling somebody earlier, you got to make every move count right now. The next move got to be the best move. You know,
facts.
God gave us the ability to still be here and still be blessed with these talents to move like we moving. I'm getting to it.
Yeah, no doubt. Nah, I feel you. So let's get right into it. Because I had the chance to listen to the Heavenly Sword and whatnot. I didn't get a chance to listen to the other one, to keep it a buck. So I wanted to kind of like, you know what I mean, kind of stray most of my questions towards that project. But I also have other questions I was going to cut into as well. So first off, I don't know if you was asked this question before, but I think I threw it out there. How'd you come up with your name?
My name is Thunderfoot, the style kicker. So like in the early days of boot camp and Magnum Force, a lot of the homies over there on that side call me Thunderfoot or Thunder. And over the years, I felt like, you know what I mean, Thunder in between the Thunder Guard, I felt like I needed to maybe feed it to the people a little more, a little softer so that they can, you know what I mean, take it in. So I kind of, that's where that name came from, the whole Thunny Browns joint, you know what I mean?
No doubt. Yeah, I did notice that in the Heavenly Sword. You do mention that a lot too. So I was kind of wondering if that was a cross reference to your name because, you know what I'm saying, it had a heavy impact on a lot of your lines. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely, I feel that. That's what's up though.
Yeah, originally that Thunderfoot name, I got that from a karate flick. And
yeah, Jack the Chin shit, right?
The Drunken Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I seen your man do that move. It was funny, it was hilarious to me at the same time, but at the same time I got a real strong connection with like the elements, the rain, the thunder. A lot of people know, you know what I mean? Like even when people hear thunder, they call me like, yo, I hear you out there. You know what I mean? So it's all love.
No doubt. That's what's up. Let me fix this shit right quick. So actually, I'm glad you said that. So let's segue into the next question. So being that you obviously you know about that type of shit, let me ask you this question. So what are you into the whole kung fu thing, or was it that just a specific movie that you was into?
No, I'm into it like a lot of us was into it. That was the some of our main entertainment. And I know not having cable, growing up not having cable, early days and not having VCRs and having access to the movies like that, we used to get that Saturday drive-in movie on it, and they would always bang us with some Godzilla and hit us off with some karate flicks, and I would be tuned. I'll be waiting. You know what I mean? Either I have my snacks lined up beforehand or right back in, about to tune in. That was a regularly scheduled program in my crib. So I grew up with that shit. Not to mention also across the street where my aunt and them was at, where my moms and them used to send me to get babysat, my uncle over there used to bring in constant karate flicks for his family to watch. So between my weekend situation at the crib, they had the stash over there. They had the VCR and the tapes and all that. So yeah, we grew up heavily wrapped up into that, man. Big up to all my Wu-Tang family. I mean, big up to my man, Full Moon from the Wu family. Big up to my man, Divine. He managed Young Dirty. I mean, big up to my homies, Intel, Fifth Power, Sun Guard. All of these homies, they came and sat with us, me and my partner, Stuck B, on our podcast, the Fuck Out of Here show. You know what I mean? So the families is crossed. You know what I mean? That Wu camp, that boot camp, Wu-Tang situation go back a while.
doubt, no doubt. That's what's up, man. Let me ask you this question: which one of your favorite kung fu flicks? Is it Drunken Master, or do you have another one?
One of my favorites. I don't want to go with the one that everybody always say, and it's always at the top of everybody's mind. But one of my favorites is the Tai Chi Master. The Tai Chi Master. It's a swole Asian dude that played a role in his. That's the dude that don't have no where you gotta find his weak spot, where he got the invincible skin. You know what I mean? One of those flicks. He got the white hair and his voice is mad high, and he make the yin yang symbol in the ground when he be putting the moves. Yeah, that's one of my favorite joints right there.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I was gonna say, cause mostly everyone that asked that question, the first thing they go to is obviously the 5 deadly venoms.
Exactly.
Word. I mean, I usually get stuck up though, because I be like, honestly, the Chinese super ninjas was kind of my shit though.
That's the one that got the second name, the 5 elements, right?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites right there. Like, that was something else I was gonna say. God bless and rest in peace to my partner Shell Shock Two-Face. But I went down to Florida and linked up with a team called the Warheads. In that team, it's kind of formed like how the Wu-Tang is. A bunch of us got together collectively and got that unit. Now, I happen to link up with this dude named Shell Shock Two-Face, and as you see, his name is akin to lightning. I was the thunder. We formed a group called Elemental Mayhem, and you know what I mean? Like, even like the first day I met him, we throwing karate moves on each other and shit, B. Like, this shit is serious, B.
Word. That's what's up, man. I love that shit, man. I love what, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I be like, some cats be so thugged out, bro. Like, you be like, what you do for fun? They be like, nothing. It's like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty goddamn sure most of us are from New York, man. We knew about the kung fu, the anime, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, I gotta ask that question sometimes.
It's funny that you mentioned that. One of my dudes, this dude is a straight grumpy ass dude, straight always in a bad mood dude. My man, the big man of the A Squad, the Dark Knight and shit. So anyway, you just say like how you saying, he'd be tough for waking up gang banging over bacon like they be saying. But this dude, even if something is funny, he can have the serious face on. He gonna give you one of these. Try not to laugh. Stop playing around.
Your word. Yeah.
Laughter is the best therapy, and I can't front. Growing up, I grew up in one of the I ain't even gonna say that like that, but my neighborhood, Brownsville, got some elements that, you know what I mean, it's hard to navigate around, and you're gonna have to stand up or lay down when you come face to face with them. And it was a time when I thought I used to have to appear to be the toughest, always with my defenses up and ready for all kind of nonsense. When that's the it was only because of how I was growing up and what I was seeing that I thought I needed to move like that. But you know what I mean? I'm glad that I was able to have some OGs, some real OGs, and some family that really love me to let me know you don't got to be moving through life like that. And be yourself and be free to have a good time at all times. You know what I mean? Now, same way they say it's a time for work, it's a time for play. But when it's play time, let's have some fun. And like I was telling this young lady earlier, back in the days, going to the club, the motivation was to look your best, to have a couple of moves so that when the song came on, you could possibly holler at a young lady, get on the floor and really get it in. Not on your phone, not her dancing with her homegirls and you standing on the side with your mans looking. That's not what we was at the club trying to do. We spent money on outfits to look fresh, to go there, to impress the young ladies and get it moving and have a good time.
See, those were the days, man. You know what I'm saying? The newer generation weird as fuck, man. What the fuck's the point of spending money to go to the club just to be on your phone? Like
for bottles, to buy overpriced bottles, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We used to get fucking lit before we even walked in that shit most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
That's how
it's new
that go.
shit.
If we might need one drink, might get one drink. You know what I mean? If we happen if the vibe is right and maybe we rocking with a young lady or something. But other than that, like how you said, we come to the club lit, already on 10, stumbling
Word.
out the car.
You know what I'm saying? That's how shit was supposed to be, man. Cause you know what I'm saying? Now you go to the bar, the drinks is like $10 a pop and shit. It's like, nah, I'm ready to go fucking cop a bottle and shit.
Right.
$10 more type shit. You know what I'm saying? Man, yeah. I mean, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, that's what they want to waste their fucking money on that shit. That's cool, but you know what I'm saying? We getting lit. You know what I'm saying? And I was that dude too, man, that I would just sneak into the club. You know what I'm saying? Sneak into the club, snatch a shorty, dip out. I wasn't paying for shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't with that whole spending extra bread and that shit's stupid. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't
You
really with
familiar?
that.
Are you familiar with the term parking lot pimping?
Yeah.
I learned what that was living in Florida. It was times me and my team would be at the crib doing whatever we was doing and wait for the club to end. Yo, they letting out right about now. Let's pull up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. 3
Fuck
o'clock in the
outta here,
morning.
dude.
Yup, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yup, they be stumbling out. They looking for the whatever was looking good shit. You know what I'm saying? And you was good. You was in there. Like everything was good, son. Like, yeah, I remember them days. Yeah, cause especially cause I was young too. You couldn't get into the club. You was fucking under 21, so you had to wait. So after that shit was closed down anyway, most of the time. So yeah, now
I was lucky to always get in at a younger age, man. I always looked a little older than I was, and you know what I mean. It wasn't too tight on the joint, and I would be in. Like to mention, once we started linking with all of the DJs and the major figures of the game, it's go time.
all right. Yeah. Nah, I feel you. No doubt. So what I was gonna ask you was in this like this day and time right now, this present, who do you consider to be one of your favorite MCs?
Another joint that ends up getting cliche just because it's so. I ain't gonna say it's so few, but I always keep a rack of MCs, and you saying just out of what's happening currently.
I mean, if you want, yeah.
Nah, I want to be fair. If you're saying currently, I could go with currently because I listen to all eras. But one of the dudes that I'm really digging, I've been feeling some balls. His name is Simba, Young Simba. You familiar with him?
Nah.
Yo, check him out, yo. He been making a lot of waves and he's doing his thing. So he's definitely somebody that I've been watching. And then, you know, I think it was another dude that popped off on a song with this kid with Kendrick Lamar. His name is Reem, Young Reem, I think. I like what he was doing, what he bringing to the game. Other than that, I'm listening to anything that come in the radar, man. I try not to listen to a lot of stuff that's the same, but I might give it a spin. But you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about when it's all sounding the same. I'm looking for something else. I'm looking for something to shine through that really catch my eye, catch my attention.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. What's your thoughts on the current hip hop scene? Like, you feel like, you know what I'm saying, we kind of making it coming back in strong and shit, or do you feel like there's some shit that still needs to change to kind of get hip hop back to where it was?
I think hip hop now is always what it was. Hip hop was always a representation of all different types of styles and vibes and artists, and then it was to each his own. I like some, I don't like some, and it was always that then, and it's that now. It's some that I like, and it's some that I don't. And then they throw in a couple of new flavors and a couple of new vibes. That's all cool because that's the nature of hip hop. It's in a constant state of evolution. It's in a constant state of change. We waiting for that next new. You know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, when it come, and like I know, it don't come all the time. And but when it comes, it's something great. And all of those are pretty much a lot of people try to say the top 5. All of those is our top 20s and 50s and 100s. All of them, those once in a lifetime that done came past. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of people that done been in the game, still in the game, but it's certain people that make that impact on your life. You know what I mean?
All right, well, I'm glad you brought that up because I kind of segue into the next question. What's your top 5 looking like?
I don't never really keep a top 5, and every time somebody asks me, it's like I shuffle the deck. All right, well, let me see who I'm gonna say today. You know what I mean? Because it's too many. Right. And then like when I was younger and living in New York, I really wasn't trying to hear nothing outside of what comes out of these areas up here. But then after living in the South for so long, I started developing a love for that type of like the great ones down there. Like I started hearing people like Pimp C and UGK and them earlier. So I'm gonna throw them in there. Matter of fact, I had heard them because I would listen to everything up here. And whereas a lot of cats were just listening to albums, or just listening to what they played on the radio or the latest greatest. Like my man's big up to my OG CD Bowl, Royal Destruction, my homie Kyrie, Big Head. These dudes was holding me down with all kind of new music and all of the real latest stuff. So like they hit me off for the soundtrack for Menace to Society. On that was was being Pimp C UGK with a song called Pockets Full of Stones. And you know what I mean? We didn't refer to it as that here, but listening to them and listening to the music, I knew exactly what they was talking about and could tell that they was living lifestyles that wasn't that much different from what we were. So early on, I started listening to these dudes, like even the Bone Thugs and Harmony. I think I came in contact with at Jack the Rapper, at one of the Jack the Rappers. My homie tells me that we ran up on these dudes while they was doing the interview. Rap mics started spitting, well, you know, it was those days. But when they finally dropped, I was like, oh, I could rock with this. Or even like groups like the Loonies, or you know what I mean. But Slick Rick remains to be one of my favorite storytellers. Even I'm gonna have to throw Ghostface in there too. Like that Ghostface album, that was monumental for me because I was living in Florida at the time. Wu-Tang was already out when I moved, and then I was watching the whole progression of the Wu, and then I was living at my own crib, working this, that, and the third, and I had my hands on that Iron Man. It was like, yo, this is incredible right here. If I could, this is what you know what I mean? And these are some of the things that help shape and mold the garden to where you at now. And then I'm gonna throw I have yet to say my man's name when people mention these top 5, but he's definitely one of my tops. And he's one of my close personal friends. God bless. Rest in peace, my man, Sean Price. Sean P, I grew up with a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, we was already teenagers when dudes met. But just moving around with him, this dude was either telling jokes, being funny, or he was spitting balls. So I was always getting an earful of balls. You know what I mean? And I didn't have my like when dudes had swords, I guess I must have had like a butter knife that needed to get sharpened. It's what I got, me. But you know what I mean? Dudes help me sharpen them blades up. And like big up to the whole, well, big up to Rock and Ruck, big up to Ruck and Rock. You know what I mean? The Twin Towers. These are some of the dudes I spent the most time with. Big up to Smith and Wesson, OGC. Big up to Buckshot, my man Five, and these dudes, Rusty Jokes, the whole boot camp. Yo, big up to representatives. I spent a lot of time with the representatives. You know what I mean? Big up to the rest. And yo, make sure y'all spend that joint. Gators, Wolves, and Generals featuring my man Rusty Jokes and Supreme and Elohim.
Yeah, that video was fucking dope, bro. I'm glad you shared that shit. Cause yo, a lot of shit goes under my radar and shit. But when you start sharing that shit in the inbox, like, I'm like, yo, where the fuck this dude been at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, this shit is fucking pretty ill. And I've been trying to get you on the show for the longest, but you know what I'm saying? That shit's crazy. But I'm glad I got the opportunity to talk to you and sit
Uh,
down and shit, cause
Thank you,
yeah,
sir. The pleasure is all mine, man. But you know how it is. I know you're busy at it, getting to it, and I'm the same way over here. And I mean, you was on my radar like I was on yours. I'm like, yo, it's time for us to connect these dots, B. And then
uh,
that's my whole motivation. That's been my whole motivation for some time. I woke up one day realizing like, got all this music, and only me and the boys is listening to it. But you know, it was a time when I was under the impression that we needed to be with a label in order for us to be moving in a certain capacity, which was far from the truth. You know what I mean? But it's just like the same way that we're not raising our kids up to understand that they need to be owning and operating businesses and creating rather than just being consumers. It's the same way with the music situation. You know what I mean? We need to be creating and be in control of our own. Some of the great ones like Ray Charles and you know what I mean, James Brown, some of the great ones, they done shown us the way, and they shown us the path. Big up the cats like Prince, and even took a short on being able to use his own name just so that he could gain control of his name and his works. You know what I mean? And we need to be following in those footsteps, building on those footprints right there.
nah,
So
you ain't
once I
lying.
realized all that, the focus is straight output. Yo, you could create all day, and you and your homies around the way could be listening, but at the end of the day, we need to be putting this stuff. Are we creating it for the world? We want the world to hear it. Let's get it out to the world, B.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like there's so many levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, it's like, yeah, you can like drop shit in people's inboxes. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm different than a lot of niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you drop shit in my inbox, I'm gonna listen to it. Even if it wasn't hot, I would still listen to it and I still give my feedback. I wouldn't just block niggas and just be all, you know what I'm saying, on that funny shit. But like I know a lot of people are not like that though. Like a lot of people will like take it all personal with shit. Like if you drop something in their inbox, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a tough fucking game, and it's hard. It's hard to do the word of mouth shit anymore because people don't got CDs. You know what I'm saying? CD players and shit like that. So you know what I'm saying? A lot of this shit is digital. So in order for people to actually listen, you would have to share it through your pages. And you'd have to do certain things. So it's a different outlet. Well, the way we grew up, you can hand the CDs. You know what I'm saying? You go to your shows, you hand the CDs and shit, and all that other shit. So this shit is definitely a different game. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like how you said, nothing stay the same forever. Look at how we moving around with the currency. I mean, even to the Bitcoin and digital money. Who would have thought that we would be dealing and moving in those regards? You know what I mean? And when the times change, you got to change with the times. And if you don't change with the times, you end up getting left behind. You know what I mean? So we see it, and then it doesn't have to always be a compromise with somebody's personality, their character, principles. It don't gotta always be a compromise. Just figure it out. How you're gonna have to spend some serious time thinking and considering how you're gonna maneuver with these changes that's on us. But there's a will, there's a way, and then we done created the way to begin with. Of course we're gonna create another way, man. The same way that you can't stop nature, but we part of nature, man. We part of that cycle.
Your word. I mean, at the end of the day, you just standing still. What exactly are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta really push. You gotta, you know what I mean, put in the full effort. Like I feel like that's something that got lost in translation along the way. Is that it went from having a street credibility or any type of credibility to just paying your way in and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit gets swept under the rug, and then a lot of shit gets brought to the light. Like people buying views and shit like that, this and that, and all that shit. It doesn't benefit the artist. It doesn't, because you know what I'm saying. You got all these robots and shit doing all this funny shit, but really, who's actually listening? If you got millions of views, but only 10 people are actually real, What sense does it make to do that? You know what I'm saying?
What impact are you really making? You're not doing nothing. It's like before they started selling these blue checks, I wanted to get one. Now I don't want one. I don't want what everybody else got and what everybody else could get. Just like it was a time dudes had me fooled and shit, thinking, yo, we need to be doing what everybody else is doing. That's the opposite of what we need to be doing. We need to be doing what's meant for us. You gotta find your own path and what's for you. Because what's for you, nobody else can have, and it's only waiting for you to claim it. You know what I mean?
Yo, that's a fact. I definitely agree with that shit. You know what I mean? Because I mean, if everybody was following the tidal wave, you know what I'm saying? There would be no old dirty bastards. There would be no showing prices. You know what I'm saying? If you really sit there and think about it, if everybody was doing the same shit, there wouldn't be them. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why
we wouldn't have those shining stars. You got stars. Like when you look up in the night sky, the sky, you know, you can't see it here in New York, but when you look up in the sky in the country and you see all of them stars, it's a bunch of stars, but then there's certain ones that shine brighter.
Yeah.
That's just nature, B.
Facts.
But like how you were saying though, we wouldn't have them shining stars if everybody stayed inside the box. And I'm thankful that, you know what I mean, the life that the various influences on me and my life have crafted me into an individual that's, you know what I mean, that's outside the box. You see, I'm in here, you know, I'm rocking the Wolverine hat right now, guy. This is not for playtime. I just came out the streets with it. This is the type of shit that I'm looking for, B. I like that. They got that? I'm wearing that, B. Fuck out of here, bitch. And then
man, that shit is
fresh. The focus is for nobody. We don't. I come up, and the pride was always in having some shit that nobody else got. That's how I come up, B. So this other shit that these cats is doing from the fashions to the flows, they ain't doing that. Fuck out of here, B.
Yo, word. Yo, that shit is fresh though. I just noticed you got the X-Men shirt too, cause I wasn't really looking like that, but yo, that shit is fresh. Word.
Yeah, I don't usually be trying to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit is fresh, bro. Word.
I usually don't try to hurt him too tough, guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, damn, yo. Yeah, that shit is crazy, bro. I like that. That's what's up, man. I was trying to figure out.
You got the coordinates.
Word.
You got the coordinate. I learned that early.
That's
up to
what's
my
up.
man John Witherspoon.
Word. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I try to do the same shit, man. I try to make my own shirts and shit that ain't nobody else got. And I try to, you know what I mean? Because I don't like to follow trends. I don't like to buy this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing all that shit. So I definitely feel you on that shit. You got, in order to leave a mark for anyone to really remember you, you have to do some shit that ain't no one expected. You got to be what they don't expect.
You feel me?
So I feel you on that shit.
You're not blazing trails if you on the same path everybody else was on. That's not a trailblazer, yo.
Yo, facts.
But you know, I don't hold it against nobody. Everybody's not meant for that. That's one of the reasons why we got this oversaturation in the game now. Everybody felt like they could walk that path, even if that path is dead. That is, it's not meant for everybody to walk that path. We need everybody to play every position. Everybody can't do the same thing, and we progress.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So just like some people were meant to rap and some people weren't. I mean, it's just the fucking bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that way myself.
One of the homies, your man Stinger 311, and he throwing up the comments, and you absolutely right, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
read that.
So
yeah,
like you making perfect sense. It's exactly like that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I always looked at hip hop as like a lot of people looked at it like, oh, you gotta be a tough guy to be a hip hop MC. But like, I look at it like hip hop is a lot of it's for the weirdos. It's for the weirdos. It's for people that are not like everybody else. Like we're a different breed of you know what I'm saying, people. Like we could be genuine, but we could also be rough. You know what I'm saying? We can hold it down and shit and do things that we gotta do. But like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was listening to fucking, you know what I mean? I was listening to boot camp click in school. I was all types of shit in school, and you know what I'm saying? Cats was all here listening to Cameron and Mason. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they ain't feeling it. Wasn't feeling it. I'm like, it is what the fuck it is, bro. Because I'm listening to Last Emperor. I'm listening to real hip hop shit, and I was an outcast because of that. You know what I'm saying? Non-fiction. And now look, everybody riding their dick. So it's ironic in a way. Because, you know what I'm saying, people follow trends and, you know, years later.
Man, look at De La Soul, guys. When De La Soul came out, before I even knew what they looked like, I was in love with the music. Like, oh shit, what is that? Like, De La Soul, another one of my tops. I'm like, whoa. Yo, then when you see them, yeah, man, they not with the average neighborhood cat is used to seeing spit bars, and especially to that level, you know what I mean? But you gotta respect, but again, them dudes being themselves as only they could and reaching for the heights that only they could reach, garnered them worldwide fame and acceptance, regardless of how they look, because of what it is that they create. And that's the beauty of art and the artist. Don't matter what you look like. Biggie Smalls and showed you that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't lying about that shit. Word. But yo, what I wanted to do is take a little footnotes off of the Heavenly Sword shit, because I did want to discuss that a little bit.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Because this shit definitely had a very crazy variety. Very crazy variety to it. I was actually surprised, because, you know what I mean, some of it, like, you know what I mean, like, this is just my whatever opinion, like, some of it kind of slightly sounded like it might have been leaning towards the trap music, but the way you handled it, I liked. You know what I mean? Because it's tough for me to really listen to like a lot of the hi-hats, and I don't know what they're really called, like the way they, but
I know exactly what you're saying. I played some of these beats for Sean P, and he was like, Joyce with them hi-hats, B. Nah.
Yo, word.
But what you hearing though is what I evolved into, you know what I mean? Coming up with the boot camp, then going into the South, training with my Warhead dudes, then I would fuck around with everybody. Like, you know, DJ Khaled used to move around with the homies. DJ Pro Style was down there with us. I met these dudes and know these dudes personally, you know what I mean? And like even fucking around, a lot of people don't know this, but the same label that was distributing Boot Camp was distributing Master P, Priority. So when I used to be up at the Priority offices fucking around with the camp, it used to be an abundance of Master P CDs for the whole No Limit CDs.
That's great.
For all of the artists. And what I'm gonna do, leave it there. Fuck it, I'm taking this too. So I'll take it home and we listening to a little bit of everything. Not to mention, like, there's a time or two I ended up at a homecoming, seeing the marching bands get busy. Ended up deep in the South somewhere. Like, yeah, I've been in the bottom, guy, with it places where, you know, where grilling was invented. Like, I thought dudes riding around showing me their goals. I thought they was grilling me, like, you know what I mean? Like, up here, ice grilling me. That was just the fucking culture out there. Your shit is filled up. You just ride around like that, bitch. So in these places, you know what I mean? In the bottom, I'm talking about the bottom of the South. Big up to my people in Polk County. Big up to my people in Haines City, Winter Haven, that's down there, deep past Orlando, all the way at the bottom of the boot. You know what I mean? So with all of these various different influences, plus with that affinity, I love a Snow Goons track. You know what I mean? I love what MOP and them do. So now you listen to the culmination of all that and then just mixing it in. So I'm not looking to get on one of them type of beats trying to sound like one of these guys, like some of these dudes done went left doing. I'm just doing my interpretation of a dude from Brownsville, Brooklyn, messing around with some of these joints. You know what I mean? Not trying to mimic nothing. You dig? Just creating new. And like in my mind, it was a time when I guess I wondered too, like, damn, what I'm gonna sound like? You know what I mean? What am I gonna be? Because it's time people talk to me like, yo, where you from? And they can't tell I'm from Brooklyn. They don't know where I'm from. They think I'm from the Caribbean. They think I'm from the South. They think I'm from up here. Or I'm just like all of us. Like any of us, we become a hodgepodge of all of that. Like your homies that grow up moving around with a lot of Latinos, like one of my mans, he speak a nice amount of Spanish. I mean, he mess around and eat a bunch of those meals, probably know how to chef them up. We become what we encompass ourselves with, what we surround ourselves with. And we take on the best of those things and we put it forth. So that's what you're hearing. Just giving y'all a little bit of insight and background. That's what you hear on that Heavenly Sword right there.
I gotta say, man, that's one of the fucking best explanation. Like, I don't even know, man, because you know what I'm saying? Normally when I ask somebody a question like that, they kind of get caught up on it. I love the way you just expressed yourself and explained it, because exactly what you said. Because I listened to it at first, you know what I mean? It was like, so is this gonna be a trap beat or like what's like, you know what I'm saying? But then when you really sat there and I listened to what you were saying and how you was handling it, this is how I felt hip-hop needed to be. This is the direction it needed to be. Because, you know what I'm saying, not anybody could rap a trap beat and sound like these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had your own thing to it, and that's what made it fucking what it is. Because normally, as soon as I hear trap, hi-hats, I'm turning shit off. I'm going to keep it a buck. I got to agree with Sean Price on that shit, because that's just me. But I wanted to give it an unbiased, you know what I'm saying, listen. So, and I honestly I was actually struck, because I'm like, it's very versatile, and it had different flavors, and you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because you definitely brought the New York to it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard let's keep it a buck. It's hard for a New Yorker to really bring in multiple styles, multiple beat selections, multiple things, and really keep it a solid, solidified project without going left. You know what I'm saying? So without sounding like they trying to be something they not. Yeah, exactly. So I definitely gotta say, man, I was impressed, and it was really good. It was really good overall, man. The quality was good. Everything was on point. And then even when you went from like them semi-trap tracks, whatever you want to call it, you still came in with the hardest shit right after that with the fucking New York, right back to the New York. So it was like, that shit, it was definitely impressive, man. I gotta ask you though, you got any specific tracks off of that album that kind of stuck out to you more than others?
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, man. I've been doing some acting lately. I've been in a bunch of productions. Big up to the Incon live virtual theater that I've been rocking with. You know, I've been in some productions since January, and I almost had an opportunity to perform at the church, and I was about to perform at the church. I missed the window though, messing around, showing up fashionably late, as they say. But the church was like, yo, we out of here. Maybe next time, Mr. Brown. With a smile, I was like, I'm ready. Anyway, it's a song on the album. I mentioned my partner Shell Shock Two-Face earlier that passed. He passed from diabetic complications. Yo, black men, brown men, men of all races, make sure y'all taking care of yourselves. Make sure y'all going to get checked up. Make sure you don't wait till it's a problem to try to handle it. Make sure that you on top of your situations. You know what I mean? So my good partner, he had passed from diabetic complications, and thanks to how we moved down in Florida, like it's usually a studio at everybody's crib, a setup at everybody's crib, and we always working and creating in the Everglades. And my cuz Strange Flow, and between my cuz Strange Flow and my other cuz Rough the Rule, or Rax as they call him too. These dudes had some recordings of my man Shell Shock, and my cousin had that sitting, and I was like, don't do nothing with that. Like he got a tendency, this dude Strange Flow, he got a tendency to just Like I want to put the music out, but he got a tendency to not wait, put the shit out. I'm like, hold on. Let's put it together. Let's make a project. Anyway, this one I convinced him not to let go. And he had it to me. I had wrote my verse. He ended up coming to New York, and I was like, yo, we recording this. Because at the same time, like I said, our team, the Warheads, had a similar makeup to the Wu. It was pretty much, you know what I mean? We was almost like another group like that, a super group in the South. We was considered something like that. We had write-ups in the Source, write-ups in the Double XL. And in that team, like I said, I came in as a solo artist, but ended up in a group with my man Shell Shock. It was called Elemental Mayhem. My cousin Strange Flow had a group called Psychotic Chaotic. You know what I mean, with an S and a K. So we combined those two groups and had another group called the Skim Team. One of the members left, then my partner died, and then it's pretty much only me and my cuz left. And I'm like, yo, we had to, and I wanted to make that a tribute to him and a tribute to the Skim Team. So we put that together, and that's on the album. It's called Population Control. You know what I mean? So that he's the first guy that rhymes on this Shell Shock. He's not here with us no more. And when I was in here going through my rehearsals, and I started thinking about him, and I started thinking about the song, and like, he's a heavily spiritual dude. Like, those are some of the other connections that we had. It's like this dude used to listen to Farrakhan speaking over hip hop beats. I don't know where he was getting this shit from, but we was deep in the South, and I wasn't bringing this from New York. He was getting this in the South. So, you know what I mean? This is how we would move, and we would talk on God and the world and the state of the world and so on and so forth. And so, like I said, those thoughts had me in head about to drop tears as I was rehearsing. Like, it had meant a lot to me already, but the fact that where I'm at right now, what I'm doing, and the fact that I'm teamed up with a body of people that's putting on these works in a church that's like no other. Like, they got a red, black, and green flag on the stage in the church. If I was to get back into the church, it would be one of these. The bishop's name is Bishop Johnny Youngblood. Like, it's a whole different path that's being walked over here. He plays no games. He talk the same way we talk to each other. He talk like that to the congregation.
That's crazy.
And his words is, how you expecting them to listen if you ain't speaking to them in their language?
Mm-hmm. Yo, facts.
So, you know what I mean? Like, that joint population controlling means a lot to me. And like you mentioned earlier, like it's a hodgepodge of joints on there. I always felt that that's what hip hop was, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I grew up with the Native Tongues being some of my favorites, and between the Jungle Brothers and De La Soul and Tribe, what you gonna get? Dudes is juggling vibes, and the whole point is you're supposed to be able to rap on anything, you know what I mean? I missed the opportunity to be on the Sean Price joint back in the days because I wasn't even on it like that at the moment. He's standing there like, all right, go. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. You know what I mean? He's like, all right, man. All right. Shit. You can imagine how I felt when I see that same song Rusty Jukes is on. They write that shit up in the Double XL like months later. I'm like, God damn.
That's crazy. Yo. Word. Damn. Yeah. That's, yo. You would have, yeah. That's
so
crazy.
At this point, full circle, I got a couple of joints to country beats right now, B. Anything I can get on right now.
I wouldn't mind listening to it though.
they out. I don't play them. They not in my playlist, but they out. You know, if you look for them, you'll find them. Don't post them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start digging now. Yo, you got you got me on. Word. Yeah, yo, I do got some kind of favorites though. I will mention, because I mean, like I said, overall, like I was listening to this shit like all day because I wanted to really sit there and, you know what I mean, get a really good grasp of good conceptual, like, you know what I'm saying. I wanted to just basically understand where you were coming from, you know what I mean, and where you were going with it, and just in general, you as a lyricist, you know what I'm saying. 'Cause like I said, like a lot of people automatically assume cats from Brownsville, like, you know what I'm saying, have to have a certain kind of rhyme style or a certain kind of thing, because you know you got, obviously you got Sean P, you got Rusty Jokes, you got, like, you know what I mean, you got a whole variety of dope MCs. But the fact that you kept it dope on all the beats you had, it made it dope. But like, there was something that stuck out to me. I like Sound Clash, even though it was like the first joint, like, kind of, the beat was real fucking ill. The way you was spitting on this shit, it definitely floated right. You know what I'm saying? Live at 5, it kind of took me at first. I had to like kept rewinding the shit, because I was like, yo, this shit is deep. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was definitely deep. Like, I didn't expect that to be on this. You know what I mean? Fucking, yo, that shit's bar work. I think you sent me that in the messenger. And I originally watched that before I heard the album. The Gators, Wolves, Generals with Rusty Jokes and shit. That shit was hard as fuck. That was definitely one of my more favorite joints I could say out of all of them. But it was fucking interesting to listen to, man. Like, and the fact that Thunder God and Heavenly Sword, man, is right in my, you know what I'm saying? It's in my realm, you know what I mean? Because I love that type of shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I
that made a lot, bro. Because I was every now and again I might question my own artistry. You know what I mean? I told you where I come from, between these comic books, these karate flicks, the anime that I be getting into, the video games that we play, just being a thinker and priding myself on being outside the box. Like, when I come with the intro, like how I come with that intro, it's saying some shit in there, but the way that it's presented, not everybody is gonna be like, not everybody's gonna be able to ingest it and accept it. You know what I mean? So, but I'm like, you know, just even watching, like how you said, a lot of people consider us the outcast from what you used to listen to in school, or how we used to dress and who we used to move with. One of the homies was saying the Mexicans was the only ones that accepted him, and that's where he used to be at. These are the things that shape us and mold us. And the same thing with that album. I was like, well, we watched the things that we always seen society go against become the things that's the most powerful in society right now. From hip hop to these comics, making that transition to these multi-billion-dollar movies and media, you know what I mean, to the way that we dress. So, like I said, there's times when I question it, like, damn, is this gonna be too much? And then I'm like, yo, fuck it. You know what I mean? That's when y'all just gotta deal with that artistry the same way that we dealt with it from whoever else. They might have some shit that we fucking with, and there's some shit that we not. And that's just how you're gonna have to do it. Hopefully it ain't nothing that y'all gonna skip past, but if it is, so be it. Everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah, nice. I feel you. But I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, it's got 19 tracks. I mean, it's kind of tough nowadays to actually do that many tracks on an album, because a lot of niggas' attention span is like 10 seconds. You know what I mean? But it could definitely grasp my train of thought, because, like I said, I was listening to it and I was like, each track skipped to the next. Each track went to the next, and like, it was just interesting to listen to, because it's like I said, I'm not one for trap beats, but it definitely kind of caught me. It caught me, and it kind of made me realize shit. It's like, if you can do that, like I say this, I said this previously, you was imagine like a Rakim on a trap beat. Imagine like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of feels like you open up the floodgate. You know what I'm saying? And it gives maybe more artists such as yourself, this real hip hop, a chance to actually merge into that lane, but like really make it into hip hop, not keep it at the trap level, but like really, you know what I mean, bring real artistry to the trap beats. Cause you know what I'm saying, anybody can fucking mumble rap. Anybody can mumble rap, anybody can rap fast, but to actually rapping those type of beats and come real solid with that shit, I ain't never seen that shit before, so I was thrown off. I was like, yo, this man's coming, yo, I'm like, damn, he fucking just made that beat his own. I'm like, yo, this shit's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a couple of times where you see some people from these ranges, from the northeast, might mess around and get on somebody feature like a Bone Crusher back in the day or Lil Wayne feature, and they might readjust the flow a tad bit, but a lot of times you don't see people from up here gravitate into that type of shit unless somebody from that nigga blow super astronomical and it's like, yo, they got an opportunity to be on the remix, then they might fuck around with it. But just honestly, like I love music, and then if it's anything that's sparking my imagination or my pen to move, yo, we gonna put some work and some time into that. And then like you know what I mean, like I seen dudes like my dudes that I rock with and roll with down in Florida, and you know I spent a lot of time with these warhead dudes watching them craft and come up with these beats. You know what I mean? And like even a lot of production that I might not have been hands on, we always shared ideas. So these are our collective thoughts manifested in these beats. So to watch these same individuals take bits and pieces of those, and you know how it is. But if you didn't, I know a lot of producers know and understand, and I understand why they always searching for records at anywhere. Because I used to hear different sounds up here and from people's collections and libraries, and then hit the record stores down in the South and hear what my peoples in them is snatching up from there. And it would various different vibes. Like even my man King Flow from out in France, it's a different tone of hip hop that he's pulling out of the works that he's finding out there. Let alone he's in France. So the same way that we got the Motown over here, can you imagine the Motown over in France that he's pulling from?
Yeah. Well,
so a lot of these overseas dudes have put the nail in the coffin on some of these East Coast producers, maybe just because of the shit that they pulling. And if they know how to put that together, forget about it.
Yo, you ain't lying. Yeah, Europe, all those other countries have a whole other flavor of shit, and that different states have different type of things. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause one of my homies is from Carolina, and he brought his own flavor to shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like that I love that. That's what I love about hip hop. Universal. Like it kind of you can be from any place in the world and you can still have a voice. You can still be able to do shit. You know what I'm saying? It really translated from where you at. So it's like, you know what I mean? But me personally, yeah.
Now, go ahead, finish your thought.
No, that was it pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I just love the hip hop shit. Love how it is, like what you saying, you know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to add on before I forgot. You know what I mean? I'll be trying to hold my thoughts until you finish, until people finish, whoever it is, because you know, our people, a lot of times when we're excited and shit, it's hard for us to wait for somebody else to finish. It's not even easy to hold on to them thoughts until they, especially if somebody going for a minute, it's not even easy to hold on to them thoughts. But what I was thinking on while you was telling me how you was feeling about the album, and I appreciate all of that you was saying, that shit mean a lot. Like, I'm gonna tell these two stories. The joint that you mentioned, Live at 5, like another thing that I do with my music, even though I'm gonna mess around with a bunch of different vibes, the other thing that I'm a believer of is following the classic formula of a hip hop album. I'm gonna give y'all 75% of just what I want to give y'all. 75% is just me unadulterated. Then I'm gonna put in there, it gotta be something conscious in it. And that's what that Live at 5 is. So every body of work that I put out, it gotta have something conscious on it. I mean, I grew up listening to hip hop like that. You know what I mean? Like, I can't pinpoint it and recall it off the top, but even an artist like G-Rap might have a back in the days would have a toned down something. You know what I mean? And so I like to follow that formula. And then I'm also looking to have. I used to be a dancer. I like to have a good time when I'm in the club. So I'm looking to have something that somebody could move to. And because I also call myself the pretty boy gangster, Thunny Brown, aka the Thunder God. Boom, just living up to what the Most High made me, you know what I mean? And what these ladies tell me I am, you know what I mean? We gotta have something for the ladies. We not gonna be out here just trying to talk to the homies. You know what I mean? And to the dudes on the block. especially, yo, I want to thank all of the ladies that been coming out for these hip hop shows, because it was a time when the ladies would only show up to the A-listers. You know what I mean? To the Jay-Z shows, the Outkast shows, the Baby shows. It was a time when they would only do that, but now they back showing that love, showing that support, showing up in full force, showing up in them outfits for the average Joe, for us out here that's putting on them good shows. And I give like how they say they give good love, I give good shows. You know what I mean? Pull up and see what that's about. Come and get some of that energy. And make sure y'all tune into that Heavenly Sword, because, yo. Oh, the other thing, before we let you get back, like how you were saying how the songs was put together. I'm not sure if everybody do this, and nobody taught me to do this, but I felt this is what I needed to do in order to put that like that. They say people got a short attention span, but I was giving them that 19. Forget it. And they lucky it was supposed to be 20, but something ain't go right. Same time as I'm riding around for months with the songs, rearranging the songs, shuffling the songs, listening to the songs back to back to back till I'm sick of it, till I need a break, till I go back to it, figuring out how these need to be put in, what order could they be put in, so that if the right fan of hip hop finds this and listens to it, like, because you already know, it's one thing if you got the opportunity to fast forward and you're doing this and you can move that, but it's something else if that shit comes on and you in the car. It's 9 times out of 10, you just gonna let that shit play. And if somebody ended up in that situation, I wanted it to be an experience, the same way that a lot of our favorite artists and albums have been an experience for us. You know what I mean? The only thing that I didn't get to do with that, more that I wanted to do, was the skits. You know what I mean? But we get to it.
Nah, definitely, like I said, man, like, I listen to it back to back to back, no skipping it, because I want to really get a feel for it. Like, that's what you gotta do, you know what I mean? And it was definitely, I like how you organized it too, though. You know what I mean? It wasn't like you just throwing the hard shit with the hard shit and the soft which, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it was. It wasn't like you was doing that. You actually, you could tell, I had to feel you structured it a certain way too, because just listening to it, you could kind of like, you know what I mean? You could just know. So it was like, yeah, I definitely, I'm pretty sure everybody that listens to it appreciates that of you too, because, you know what I'm saying, you didn't have to do that. Let's be real. You could just throw anything together and just throw the shit out like a lot of these motherfuckers be doing nowadays. But you took the time.
Do that. That's what we're not gonna do, big. That's what we're not gonna do. Like, I always been a late bloomer, and because, like, we had a bunch of situations in motion early on where, like, you know what I mean? And I was supposed to be one of the guys from out of the boot camp Magnum Force. I was supposed to be one of the guys from out of the Warheads. You know what I mean? So it's been a time or two when I was just online or on the bench. You know what I mean? On the bench and still at all the practices, still spending that overtime, this, that, and the third, until some time passed, and I'm like, yo, you know what? And then also with that other thing I was telling you about, as far as thinking that these albums needed to be picked up by a major label or something like that, indie label. At the end of the day, we're all indie labels, but it's about how are you building up your music, how are you building and branding yourself, and how are you moving about the business of this music at the same time. And it just came to a point when I was like, yo, you know what? I'm tired of waiting on anybody. And, you know what I mean, even being in a couple of different situations where I started seeing, where I'm figuring, all right, well, now we got a situation and we're going to be able to release as we want to be, as we create and we release and how we want to. Then to find out that there's even more politics and red tape involved in that, I'm like, yo, we got time for that. I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? And then, like how you were saying also too earlier, it's a lot of people that don't have the ability to move how I'm moving. You know what I mean? I'm a OG in here with the salt and pepper beard, but the things that I've seen, the things that I learned, not to mention being on social media since the inception of social media, I move a different way up here. I know how certain things are supposed to move, how certain things are supposed to happen. It's like being on the block for a while. You know how things is moving, who doing what. And you know what I mean? Thanks to the Most High putting me in the places that I've been in, and for people that's rocking with me, the way that they rock with me, my shit is internationally known, B. And like how you said, like it's a lot of people that's like, yo, who is this guy? Where'd he came from and why we don't hear more of it? Yeah, I mean, my story's a little different. Like when I started, like right when I was about to get out of the game, I started getting placements in TV and film joints. So these things was boosting back my confidence. All right, well, like I'm getting older, but clearly based off of the music, it's somebody that's willing to fuck with me and fuck with this music in a certain capacity. So I was like, all right, well, let me ride that wave and do whatever I could do with that, and still keep building the things that I want to build. Yo, big up, yo, thanks for everybody that's tapping in and rocking with us. You know what I mean? I seen a couple of my homies. One of my homegirls that I met down in the Florida Everglades was lined up and on the joint with us. Big up to you. I seen. Yo, big up to all my Old Town people. My man Nicely from my Old Town Everglades in the building. Appreciate y'all.
No doubt. Once again, everybody make sure to follow Thunny Brown. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to check out the Heavenly Sword, man. I'm telling you, it's definitely worth the listen. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I always get mixed feelings about a lot of projects and stuff, but like this one definitely took me. You know what I'm saying? Took me to a different place because it wasn't what I was expecting. But you know what I'm saying? It definitely. I like that shit, man. I like when artists can do that. When you can like have a variety. Ooh. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the Incredible Hulk right now, even though I got on this Wolverine shit. That's how you're making me feel, because at the end of the day, I don't hear a lot of people say it, but you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm gonna do this because I want to do it, because this is where my passion lies at too. But at the end of the day, we want a true fan of the art, a true fan of hip hop, to really be able to get them takeaways from something like these body of works. I do. I want somebody to get those feelings, something that you know what? I'm gonna put that back on, and you know what? I don't feel like turning this off. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's stuff I feel like turning off, fast forwarding, and then even if I listen to everything, it's people that I don't know that I hear and I throw in my playlist just based on the fact that it's something in there that I'm liking out of their work. You know what I mean? Whether it be small things or big things. Yo, we gonna give them a chance. At the end of the day, if ain't nobody giving somebody a chance, then what we got? I done been in spots before where the whole spot is all artists, and every time somebody utters something out their face, everybody trying not to show no love because they want all the love to be B. It's more for to go around, but at the end of the day, we can't all be looking around the same, doing the same things. Everybody can't be an artist. Like when you go out of town, it's fans, it's artists, it's the working class, it's all of those. It's oversaturated here in the tri-state area with everybody trying to be an artist, everybody trying to be an MC. It's not for everybody. So, but you know, I'm not the person to tell them that. Some people got to learn the hard way. Hopefully they learn sooner than later. You know what I mean? And find out what their true purpose is. You know what I mean? What they real gift is, and expand on that.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm the villain in a lot of people's because I'm gonna keep it a buck. There's a lot of people that, you know what I mean, block me, or you know what I mean. Yeah, I had to put a couple people in fucking check about their music and shit. Like, yeah, I mean, because people don't understand, like they don't pay attention. A lot of people like, yeah, let me get on the show, but they don't pay attention. They don't watch the previous shows. They don't know me and my background, so they automatically think I'm some dumb nigga that don't know shit. I'm an MC myself. I've been spitting since a kid, so I know what the game's supposed to sound like. I make beats, so I know how the hip hop's supposed to sound. So I'm a variety of everything. So they'll come in the inbox, play their music, thinking they fucking God's gift to fucking hip hop, and it's not even hip hop. It's just all mumble rap shit, or it's them trying to sound like somebody else, trying to sound like Drake. And then I tell them about themselves, like, That's not it. Yeah, sorry. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, it's like, yo, fuck you, and it's like, yo, I really don't give a fuck, man. I'm not your boy. I'm not gonna co-sign bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how it go down, man. There ain't nobody trying to pay me no money to sit here and keep my mouth shut about your garbage.
Yo, man. Like, I don't like people say like Angie Martinez, right? Everybody that came on the Angie Martinez show, she was just in love with the music, in love with the work. It just didn't seem real to me after a while, you know what I mean? And I don't expect, like, even one of my mans, it just not like you, but because he don't do what you do, but I think he wants to. And then, like, he's the type of dude where people come to him like, yo, so what you think? Oh, you heard this? And he's the type, again, another grouch dude to be like, man, fuck that. I ain't feeling that. That's trash. Like, why you playing that? Even if you don't like it, it might be a better way to say it, you know? Is where I'm trying to get him to. But end of the day, I'm trying to follow in the steps of I'm attempting to follow in the steps of the dudes, the individuals, the ladies and gents that's in my position. We're not typically out here tearing each other down. If I get to hear one of these younger or older artists on the side, we're gonna exchange some vital information to one another, hopefully about how we moving. And I don't have a problem with being honest. Yeah, I mean, but I'm not looking to do it on here. But we need people like you to give that to these people, because you know what I mean? It's people that I heard before. And I'm like, ain't nobody in their circle gonna tell them that that's not it. They brothers, they homies, nobody. And then I know you've seen it too. It's sometimes where that artist that's not that great and probably shouldn't be doing that, they spending money. So they mans and them is ready to drink and smoke and be at the studio and try to live that life, but they not willing to give them that hard truth. Like, yo, B, maybe we shouldn't be spending all this money on this. Maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe we should be putting it behind Lil Johnny, because Lil Johnny is nice. Maybe you should make the beats. You know what I mean? Don't let your team go broke over the bullshit, because dudes can't be honest with each other.
Yeah, you ain't lying. And it's funny though. It's funny because I'll handle it. You know what I mean? I don't come off at the dickhead to him either though. I'll be like, yo, you got some talent, but it's just not for the show. It's not for what, you know what I mean? Because my platform, if you look at who sponsors me, then you should know right out the bat what is expected of to be on the show. You know what I mean? Because I've had some MCs that had literally no albums, like one album in total on the show, and gave them an opportunity. It's not even about like what's clicking and what's not. It's about the fact that they wouldn't be able to handle it. Like I posted up one time because one dude was just like, because I was trying to explain to him like, yo, the way you rap it doesn't sound confident. Like you're confident with yourself, because the way he was rapping, it sounded like he was like all over the place. The quality was fucking just crazy, bro. Like it sounded like he put the fucking microphone to the fucking speaker and was rapping over it. Like that's how it sounded. And I told him that, you know what I mean? I told him exactly what that. And this dude legitimately came back at me like, I don't know what I'm talking about, and fuck off. And I'm like, bro, I'm giving you some fucking criticism. I'm not saying you're trash. I said you have some talent. Like, what do you not fucking? Your fucking ignorance is overstanding. You're fucking, like, you know what I mean? Like, if someone's telling you you're good, that just means go with it. But because I said you don't sound confident in certain shit, you automatically want to attack me like that. You should not be in this motherfucking game, because real niggas
not listening for the jewel. Like my man, big up to my man past life, Jay. He came and sat with us too, another Brownsville native. But he was like, some dudes can't handle that, and it's true. But if you can't handle that, then don't jump in the ring. Like it was a dude that was running around with us. I ain't gonna say no names, but a couple of the people during the pandemic was doing like shows where you could get your music rated right there on the spot, live with the listeners and the viewers and all that. And we sent the info to one of the homies. he did a few of them and got good reviews, and then he did one and they chopped him down, and he was mad. He started deleting us, deleting them, and questioning. Yo, everybody not gonna like everything, and you can't just throw your hands up in the air and say fuck the world when somebody tell you that they don't. Like, I've heard it, like even the great ones, all the great ones, and from the sports to entertainment to whatever, they're gonna tell you, yo, we heard more no's than yes, but you don't let that stop you. You let that be the fuel for you to get to that level. Your man MJ, the great one, he wasn't always the great one, but he made himself the great one,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's just the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because I take criticism too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if I was to send something to my fans that's no good, then they would be like, yeah, it needs to be tweaked. I'm not going to be all like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be like, all right, yeah, let me take a listen. Or, you know what I'm saying? This and that. Sometimes I ship out beats and people be like, I'm not feeling it. All right, cool. And I find something better to send you. It's cool. You know what I mean? That's how it's supposed to be.
Big up to my family, really real well in the building, captured by Renwall Films. Almost forgot the name of the company. See, it's been too long. We need to get you on the cameras. But we talking about the video, Gator Wolves, the Generals earlier. He actually shot that video, and then my other family, Rough the Rule, aka Rax, edited up a whole family affair, and these two gentlemen I'm related to actually. You know what I mean? So that's how serious we are with the creativities and the creators in the family, you know what I mean?
That's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. That's good y'all holding each other down, man. Like I said, because, you know what I mean? Not everything has to be about money. Like you know what I mean? Everything has to be about being an overnight success. You know what I'm saying? Not everything has to be about the bitches. You know what I'm saying? It all boils down, man. Being able to do music with family, being able to do music with people that actually support you and want to see you get to where you got to be, that's what it all boils down to. Because otherwise, you just got a bunch of yes niggas around you just getting high and you just doing dumb shit. Like, it don't, you know what I mean?
Smoking your weed, drinking your drink, and not even telling you what they really and truly think. That's bars. I ain't even playing it like that, but yeah, that's what go on in a lot of camps. And I don't need I never wanted a yes man around me. That's another reason why my man, the Dark Knight, is vital to the situation. Even though sometimes these dudes try to do me like that. Nah, I ain't feeling that. Only for 6 months later for me to come back and be like, yo, you know that one song I said I wasn't feeling? You know what I mean? It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I got some people like that too that be like, 1 minute be like, go ahead the first 1 minute and now I'm not feeling it, but then if I get somebody else side of shit, they'll come back later on. Damn, I should have hopped out that shit. Yeah. See, yeah, you need to keep it real with yourself sometimes, man. You know what I'm saying? Playing that hard card.
Same time though, I feel like there's certain things that you're not ready for until you have certain experiences. Like for instance, my mom used to put on these love songs when I was young, and if I was moving at a 5, she put them R&B songs on, I'm moving at a 10. I gotta get dressed, I gotta get out the crib, I gotta get away from the vibes, B. What is this? But then, after you get a lady in your life, the late night phone calls, you're like, hold. Back in the days, I heard a couple of comedians talk this shit. Back in the days, you had, my man Mike Epps, you had your cassette tape queued up. Hold up, baby, hold up, play something. Let her hit it, you know what I mean? So I can understand certain joints. You gotta have certain experiences to open you up to certain things, you know what I mean?
I feel you. I feel you on that shit. Word. Yo, I'm gonna wrap this up though, man. Yo, it was great fucking chopping it up with you, man. It was a fucking pleasure, bro. Cause like, yo, you definitely a good dude, man, and I definitely appreciate what you do for the game, and I appreciate what you do for our community. You know what I'm saying? Everybody around this shit. So
appreciate you, bro. Thanks for having me on the show. Thanks for pushing the culture forward. We done heard the term culture vultures, meaning somebody that's taking away, not giving to. But we know that you definitely doing that. Yo, It was an honor and a pleasure sitting with you, building with you. You know what I mean? Thanks for listening to the music and giving it that honest critique. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. I could tell those was genuine, honest comments and compliments that you was giving, because I know you're not one of them dudes. Even though, like, when I first seen your situation, I'm like, yeah, man, I should be able to get up here and rock with the homie. And then I was like, wait, hold up, man. This dude is, I didn't know you like that, but I seen the resume, the repertoire, who was coming on. Like, hold up. My shit. Yeah, I mean, that's when you reflect back, like, yo, I'm glad my shit is tight and in the pocket, because this is not the run of the mill right here. Yo, big up to the Snow Goons. Salute to the Snow Goons, man. I see these dudes, long time, long range. I love what they doing. I love what y'all doing. I need you to connect me with these dudes. I know they've been seeing me because we've been on a lot of the same projects lately. This, that, and the third mixtape here and there. I'm seeing it. So we sharing those posts, and they always tagged in my posts. But I need to get on some of them Snow Goons beats. I know they fucking with my man Nocturne from his squad, fucking with my man The Bad Seed. And like how you said, I'm one of those guys. You know what I mean? Let's get acquainted. Let's get familiar, man. Shit, I don't even know what else to say, man. Yo, make sure y'all tuned in to the SupremeDaalmighty show, y'all. This is hip hop right here. This is where you want to be at right here. And if you ain't making the cut, do what you gotta do to get in here, big. Everybody not allowed.
Yo, you ain't fucking lying on that shit. I'll tell you that also, because like I said, Snow Goons do watch the show. A lot of people think I be talking shit, but Legal be hitting me in the inbox like, that was a good show. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping y'all can get connected. I'm hoping the Legal watches this, you know what I'm saying? Snow Goons and shit. Now, you know what I mean? Hopefully y'all can get something moving, man, because I would like to see that too. I'd like to see that happen and shit, most definitely.
Indeed. Yo, let me say this one thing before I get out of here. I'm glad that you touched on the community work that we doing. You know, I'm running around out here with the Brownsville Community Justice Center, the Brownsville Instat team, along with a couple of my other people's environmental hood restoration. And we out here doing good things for good people. Tomorrow from 2:30 to 5:30 in Brownsville by the Community Center, we got the free skating for the kids happening, free food and all that. Pull up. Bring these kids out because they don't got school. Don't sit up in the crib doing nothing. Bring these kids out, let them have a good time. And for the entire family, we doing a wellness walk the following day on Saturday, 2 miles, which is just 2 times around the track at Betsy Head. Yo, tap in with my social media. Follow Thunny Brown on all social media and lock in and come out, man. Let's stay healthy. Let's stay fit and let's stay safe out here, man. We gotta take care of each other and take a village, man. Appreciate y'all.
Word, most def, yo. We definitely gonna be chopping it up too and shit, man. This is the end. You know what I'm saying? Definitely ain't the end, man. Next time you drop another project, we gonna discuss it and shit. You know what I mean? So on and so forth, man. Like I said, friendships are built and they last. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't one of those. I ain't one of them dudes where it's like, yeah, bye. You know what I'm saying? Deuces, like you done. Like I will be in your inbox and shit. We will be chopping it up. You know what I mean? So
like, you ain't doing dudes like this. All right, man. Great interview.
Yo, I've seen that shit. I've seen how some of these shows be doing people, bro. Like they be having them on, shaking their hands, smiling, and cheesing and shit, and then they won't ever hear from them niggas again. Like straight up, I've seen it happen. I'm not like that, yo. Like, you know what I mean? Trust. Every time anyone I have on the show, man, I want to build with them for a reason, because I want this shit to keep going. Like I don't want it to be. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is to promote you and to get people to your music, but it's also because, like you said, it takes a village, man. You know what I mean? I'm trying to build the village fucking sky high. I'm trying to build the village as big as New York. Like, that's what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to get this hip-hop shit where you gotta be. So, you know what I mean?
Facts.
But, you got any more...
I'm with you on that, bro. Huh?
You got any more shout-outs or anything else you want to mention?
Yo, big up to everybody that's rocking with me, holding me down. All of my family, all of my friends, y'all. I love y'all. Thanks for the support, man. I mean, these people been rocking with me, rolling with me for the longest. And like even right now, my great aunt, she see the post and she's like, yeah, do it, awesome. Yo, B, I can only hope that y'all doing the same thing for somebody else. You know what I mean? We can't take this with us, whether it be the financial, whether it be the knowledge that we hold it. Make sure that y'all passing this on to everybody else so that we can get them in line. And we got to bridge that gap between the old minds and the young ones. Is, you know what I mean? That's the only way that we're going to be able to get through some of these things that we got coming. Yo, big up to my peoples in Brownsville. Big up to the Everglades. Make sure that y'all locked in. Get that Heavenly Sword. Spin that. The new single, the new video is out with my peoples out in France called The Struggle. Make sure y'all get that, run it up. And then I got new music coming. So just stay tuned. Rock with me.
No doubt, bro. I'm gonna drop this sometime during the weekend on the new YouTube page and shit. And you know what I mean, have everybody share it and shit. And yeah, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, man. I'm about to go to sleep. I got work in the morning, but
Gotcha.
it was all worth it, bro. It's worth chopping it up with you straight up.
Likewise, family. Stay safe. I appreciate you, man. Salute.
No doubt, brother. Yo, be safe.
Likewise.
Hey. Peace. Yeah. That was the homie Thunny Brown, man. Make sure to check out his project, Heavenly Sword. Definitely worth the listen. I'm telling you right now. Make sure to follow him. I'm gonna be dropping this on the new YouTube page and shit sometime this weekend. I'm not exactly sure when, but definitely check him out, follow him and shit. And yeah, I appreciate everybody that's been tuned in. Once again, rest in peace to the homie Big Bob. You know what I mean? Check out his music. Please keep sharing his legacy. You know what I'm saying? He will be missed. Shout out to the sponsors. You know what I mean? The Snow Goons, Creative Juices Music, Blazing Up Radio, Vinyl Frontier, Smile the Ghetto Child. You know what I'm saying? The usual suspects. Peace and blessings. I'll check y'all next week. Peace.